The following is an actual play D&D podcast featuring comedians and improvisers in the great state of Vermont. Welcome to Improvised Weapons. Last time on Improvised Weapons.
Roll bone spacing.
It's like fighting children.
They're short.
Dollars to ducks, they're still in there.
No, Olash is a large presence.
Cassian, he called me a loser.
You know, one thing I hate is a big head.
But it does smell like urine. You fucking cut him in half.
Guys, I'm getting better at this.
How did you tie her up?
The normal way?
I thought we'd have to travel to Eggland. Oh my
Do you
God.
want to join our band?
It's really feeling like that's what
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another lovely episode of Improvised Weapons. Let's dive right on in. So, last time the party fought a group of kobolds, a band of kobolds, if you will, and one large winged kobold. They bested them all in combat. The kobolds lay slain. The winged kobold they took as a captive, and they discovered that these were, in fact, a group of kobolds broken off from another group, and they collapsed the tunnels that they had made, hopefully staving off any further incursion from the kobolds. They collapsed the tunnels practically without any incident at all. I mean, pretty much nothing at all bad happened. Everyone, especially Yarfik, is fine.
But something great did happen, which was we discovered that Cassian is dope at tunneling.
He is. Cassian is a straight up just tunnel wizard. Which is not a class of wizard in the game. But they then took the winged kobold with them to have her be imprisoned when they get back to town. And we pick up them having gotten back to town. They are now traveling with Aldo Finch back to the guardhouse to see if they can get their belongings back from the guard.
And I'm sort of like slowly picking out a tune on my mandolin, just kind of humming to myself like, and while the winged one writhed in agony, Olash sliced one up diagonally.
It's a great sonnet rhyme there.
How long have you been thinking about that?
Ever since Yarfik suggested the rhyme.
Oh, that was beautiful. So you traipse through town. It's past midday at this point, probably like 3:00 in the afternoon or so, and you are walking through town. One of you cradling a large winged kobold, so you're definitely getting a lot of strange looks, more so than usual, since most people are just afraid of half-orcs in general. But now you're a half-orc with a very bizarre pet.
I'm just gonna be like, it's natural. Stop still.
So you traipse through town, and then you eventually make your way to the guardhouse. Upon opening the door, Aldo just sort of busts through the door and says, "Kesto, they've returned! They found my son and figured out what was stealing my animals! It was kobolds!" And Kesto sort of gruffly, he's not happy that he was just interrupted, but definitely responds to what he just heard.
Doing what? So you didn't just bust down
Does
the
he
door.
like hastily knock over, like, roll up a tapestry that he was looking at and just hunch over it?
Yeah, he
His
was
loom is folded up and he puts it away.
he was picking out a tune on his mandolin.
Wink, wink.
No, he was doing paperwork. He was doing his job. It's 3:00 in the afternoon, guys. Come on.
We all know how much people hate to get interrupted doing paperwork.
And he, it's more just he was surprised. And he says, "Kobolds? Well, I could scarcely believe it. But, I am a man of my word."
Well, believe it and
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, we actually have.
Well, he
a new
didn't.
prisoner.
You guys haven't walked in the fucking room yet. He's just looking at a halfling
Okay.
who's in there being all ta-da.
Sure.
And he says, "Well, I can scarcely believe it, but I'm a man of my word. Where are they?"
I walk in and I say, Olash, if you'll do the honors.
Do we have to give her up?
Yes, Olash, yes. Yes.
have to.
Yes, Pat, we do.
How has the kobold been like reacting to me cradling her in my arms the entire time?
She's very confused. She's tried to bite you several times. By this point, you've probably had to like put a belt around her snout, crocodile style.
Okay.
Just to keep her from like taking a chunk out of you.
Okay. All right. So she's
But
like,
at this point, I mean, that happened fairly early on. At this point, she's calm.
she's maybe kind of into me. Not in like a weird way, you guys.
Sure, what could be weird about trying to keep
entire
this
thing is
section
just
weird?
nothing weird about
as
this.
a pet?
I mean, she's still on edge because she's now in a town of people, and this is not a place that kobolds go.
Yeah.
And she is well aware that she is captured, and that usually that, like, she knows that among the kobolds, when they capture something, they kill it. She's, like, relaxed in your arms, but she's not relaxed by any means. She's still very much on high alert.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you do?
I'll walk into the room. I'm a little hesitant to give her up.
I'm just gonna sidle up and whisper, Olash, I know you don't want to part with this, but I promise you, if we ever find a baby dragon or something, we can keep that and raise it, but this thing hates us and wants us to die.
So as you walk into the room, I'm gonna say you back into the room because you kind of have to like hunker down a little bit because you're very tall. So you back into the room and then you turn around and you're just cradling this kobold in your arms. And at the moment that Kesto see it, he just goes like, "Ah, she has eyes. Why did you bring it here?"
It committed a crime, and this is the jail place, right? So
We thought you could restrain it.
Why didn't you just kill it? It's an animal.
that's what I said. Thank you.
Because it wasn't doing anything evil. It was just being natural, and we thought it has committed crimes. It can be put up for crimes and then sent on its way.
Well, do you know what the sentence for stealing a sheep is?
I'm not very familiar with this town, no.
It's death.
Seriously?
For stealing a sheep
Yes.
It's an agricultural town.
seems a little harsh for stealing a sheep.
I don't think we're gonna get them to change their laws.
Yes,
This
not
seems
That's what
like
this
a-
campaign is going to be now. We're going to campaign against the death
reforms.
penalty in Fantasyland.
against animal cruelty.
But if that is the law, then that's the law, and that she will stand for her crime then.
So let me just get this straight. You want me to hold a trial for a kobold that you caught red-handed?
Why don't you do what you need to do? we want our stuff back.
I'm gonna have to waste municipal resources feeding and housing this thing.
You won't have to.
Oh, we're so sorry. We got acid spit at us.
Also, she speaks common. She can, not well, but she can understand what you're saying.
You may not have to hold her or anything else. Allow me to go and take care of that, but please give us our stuff back.
Yes, we want our stuff back, please. And also tell us what we did to get here.
Oh yeah, that was part of the deal.
Oh, hold on a second. What do you mean you're gonna take care of that?
I'm going to go speak to people at the local temple and see if they can take her in and hold her in one of the cells until her sentence can be commuted, whatever has to happen.
Are you mad? It's a temple, not a
I'm not
zoo.
angry, no, I'm not yet, but you're getting me there.
What would you like us to do, Kesto? What is your proposition?
I severely do not understand why you didn't just kill the thing and leave it where it was.
Neither do I, but here we are.
It's a sentient life.
Can I say I'm just gonna call the team into a quick huddle real quick.
With the kobold?
No, the kobold can chill in the corner while we do this.
Should you just drop her in the corner like a burlap sack?
I'm probably not drop her. I assume Olash sets her down gently someplace and turns her head away so she's not facing us. And we huddle it up. Alright, I'm just gonna
Bring
say,
it in, guys. Bring it in.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of coming around to the idea of just taking it with us. I kind of think that would be fun to have a little kobold with us.
I don't. I truly don't.
She committed a crime and she needs to pay for it by the law of the land.
So we kill her.
Well,
Are we the people here that are enforcing the laws?
We're at an
seems
impasse.
like we're barely a step above wanted criminals, actually.
That's the whole thing. I don't think we're in any place apart. If he tells us that we have to now kill her, then we'll kill her. If that's the law of the land. I'm against it, but if that's
During
the law.
this, I stick my head up out of the huddle and say, Kesto, would you like us to kill her right now?
I can't rightfully order you to murder something in the guardhouse.
Oh, now it's murder!
Great, trial it is. We'll just leave her here with you. If we could have our equipment and our treasures back, please.
Fine. So he goes, he unlocks the cell. Olash, do you have any words?
Parting words.
No, I just kiss her gently on the forehead again.
Like a dog?
But I can't
visit
say
on weekends,
anything.
There are visiting hours. You can talk through a pane of glass and
Hand on the window.
Place her down in the cell, and he closes the cell door.
They just have like a tin can on a string. And
he says, sit down. Tell me what happened with all of this while I get your things.
All right, listen, we found the boy in a hole, we killed a bunch of kobolds, and we didn't kill this one.
What, a hole? What hole? Where
Some
was
kind
this?
of abandoned fortress, some kind of underground...
They had burrowed into it from outside, but there was an abandoned, looked like human fortress out in the middle of somewhere that the grass had grown over.
How far away?
Was it a couple hours walk from Aldo's farm, I
Out in
believe?
the forest.
Out in the forest. And I also described him like what I knew from the stone.
Okay. He goes, oh, well, that must have been the old Sheman keep. God, we'll have to seal that back up. Great, more work to do.
Well, we sealed the tunnels behind us. They should not be bothering us for a little while.
Yes, tell him about that.
The tunnels were sealed. That's all he need know.
Okay.
Why
Well,
can't low-level
if
bureaucrat
Yarfik won't
be
tell
a
you,
class?
I will.
This sounds like a fun job.
If Yarfik won't tell you, I'll tell you. He collapsed the tunnel on himself, and I heroically dug my way into the dirt and pulled him to safety, gasping and sputtering for air.
I believe I was perfectly fine, and you just got to me faster than I could get myself out. But thank you.
That's not how I remember it.
Oh, that sounds hilarious. Did he whine? Did he whine like a little baby?
He just fell to his knees in gratitude and said, "Thank you for tunneling me out whence I could not tunnel myself."
God, he's so short. How can you tell when he's on his knees?
Okay, that's starting to feel a little offensive.
Oh, now it's offensive when you're not saying it.
You've opened my eyes.
You're
Yarfik.
both very lucky that I do not like to kill people when I don't have to.
So he puts his hands up as if to like
Don't put your hands on
calm
me.
you, not on you, up. Puts his hands up
Don't
to
put your hands
calm you
over
down.
me.
And he says, no, hold on. I have a serious question. Did you find anyone else?
Did we find anyone? We
Besides
would have
Waldo?
mentioned that.
There were piles of animal bone and dummies in there, but nothing else.
Just the boy.
Who was in a toilet.
Well, okay. I didn't think so. It was a long shot anyway. He
What
didn't
was a
really
long
fit the
shot?
Tell
pattern.
us about it, please.
Well, some other folk have gone missing recently. I didn't really think it would be related since this case was so different, but...
We travel back to the hole.
But it would have been nice if there had been a lead of some kind there. You know, all we really know so far is that 5 people have gone missing, once again, that we know about. And it's all been over the last 2 months. They were all relatively young, in their like early 20s, strapping young men, most of them fresh off a bar fight.
Uh-oh.
Like,
My favorite
sorry,
kind of
fresh off a bar fight, as in they disappeared from your drunk tanks, or they disappeared?
No, as in
while
like
carousing?
they won a bar fight, and then no one remembers seeing them after that.
Strange.
That is a conundrum.
Well, if you'd like some assistance investigating this, we are professional investigators and locators of missing persons and or treasure.
I mean, to tell you the truth, a couple of days ago I would not have believed you, but proof's in the pudding right now, I guess.
And it might be a little difficult to continue on with this without our equipment.
Or
I'm getting there. God, this one's pushy.
and we would of
looking at
course
me?
also require a fee for our services.
Oh, of course. I mean, this comes down from the mayor's office, and there will definitely be reward.
Great.
But that being said, let me get you your things. And he goes to the safe, opens it up, and he takes out each of your individual coin purses. And he hands them to you, hands you any jewelry or anything you had, and then he points it at you, Yarfik, and he says, "Oh yeah, and there was that one thing." And he starts like patting himself down, and then he snaps and like points in the air, and he's like, "Oh yeah!" And he reaches down, he takes off his left boot, and he shakes it out,
Yep.
and your ring falls out to your feet. And then as he's putting his boot back on, he says, "Never let it out of my sight."
I appreciate
And
it.
it's real hot and steamy.
And I pick it right up, and I shine it off, and I put it back on.
So he says, "Well, if you truly do intend to help, we very much appreciate it. I can give you all the information that we've got so far."
What do you think, team?
Yes, but first, can you please just tell us how we got here?
Oh, right. God, that was... I can't believe you guys don't remember.
Yeah, no, we don't. We still don't. Didn't
Well-
before, don't now.
You, all of you got a little too far into your cups, stumbled outside of the tavern you were in, and then,
Yes.
well, the loud one there picked a fight with the wrong horse.
Okay, you didn't gesture to the loud one, but I'm taking it you mean Yarfik.
I gestured with
I
my
wasn't
head.
looking.
Just for a fight with a horse?
You picked a fight with the horse. Happened to be the mayor's horse, and she was none too pleased.
So, just to
horse
be
or the
clear,
mare?
it's okay for us to fight other horses, but not the mayor's horse.
It would have been a lesser infraction for any other horse.
So I picked a fight with the mayor or the mayor?
Oh,
Oh my.
You really know how to make me mad.
Why is
we're getting
everyone
a
so
sense
upset?
of-
I don't get it.
yeah, he was making a pun. Female horse.
It's called a mare, and then the mare. I'm getting a sense of the severity of this town's laws. Fighting the mare's horse, stealing a sheep. We'll try to stay out of any animal-related crimes. Can you please tell us more about these missing people?
Absolutely. And then he quickly jots down a list of the names of all the people who have gone missing, as well as the dates that they went missing and the places they were last seen, and he hands it to Olash.
What does it say, Olash?
Olash, just can you just tell us what it says, please?
Help her sound it out, Aaeowyn.
Oh my god!
Why?
I got something in my eye. I can't. I can't.
Oh, no, I can get that out for you if you like.
No, it's
it's dusty and
I
she
don't
just-
like people touching my eyes.
Do we
I'll
not
just
know that you can't
deal-
read?
No, we don't.
Oh,
We don't know.
okay.
It's a big secret. She doesn't like. She wants to learn how to read, but you don't want
Yeah,
people to know
I
you
don't.
don't.
I'm very.
Yeah.
Just bend down here. I'll wipe it right out. It's fine.
I'll
I
do
do
it.
this all
I'll
the
just-
time.
Oh, she dropped the list. I've got it. Well, they're the missing. Gainsborough Fulton on Igtem the 18th, last seen in Mercy's Cups. Milton Whittigan on Igtem the 17th, last seen in the Salted Plum. Jessup Pilgerain, Igtem 39th, last seen in Arrant Fiddle. Francis Kiddlewallow, Igtem 21st in the Salted Plum. Geoffrey Wrestle, Igtem 30th in the Salted Plum. Listen, 3 of these have gone missing from the Salted Plum.
Yeah, I'd say we should start there.
Which
I
place did we come out of before we were taken here?
You came out of the errant fiddle.
Okay. So
So
we've
let's
checked it.
avoid that
Yeah.
part.
I will be more cognizant if I am picking a fight with some sort of horse.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Good.
Olash, you want to hold on to this list?
Sure.
Okay.
Also,
Memorize it just in case.
is there an armory or a blacksmith in town where I could purchase some additional equipment?
No, absolutely. If you can go to Lutker's just down the road.
And
there.
which way's the Salted Plum?
The Salted Plum is on the other side of town.
If you guys don't mind, I need a shield at least, and ideally a longbow as well.
I'd like to go visit the temple if I could. I need to stop in and check in.
You should also stop by the town hall. The mayor did say she wanted to speak with you.
I feel like I should not stop by the town hall.
The mayor heard that you rescued Waldo and specifically wanted to speak with you when you made it back into town.
All right, let's go to the mayor's office first, and then we can do our split-up thing.
Sounds good to me, as long as she's not upset about me
Thank
punching
you
her horse.
very much, Kesto. You've been a big help.
You know I'm not an idiot, right?
Yeah.
That's how she talks to everyone.
I only like half of you.
Okay. That's
Well,
good.
tell Kariktika that we said have a nice stay.
Yeah.
And we
She does have a name.
Yeah, that's the kobold.
This is a little nicer than her digs back in the hole, so...
I can't believe you named it.
We
Its
didn't
mother
name
named
it.
it. It's
It's-
Egg Mother.
See, if you take a little time to ask them things, you realize they're a sentient being.
All right, well, let's this conversation trails off as we walk outside to the mayor's office.
I said,
Yarfik's just ranting.
Before I do, though, I take one of my pamphlets of life and I slam it on his wall.
You have like chick tracts for your life goddess?
Yep.
Great. So you guys walk further into town. The mayor's office is right in the town square. It's a 2-story building. The first story is really just a big meeting hall, and the second story is a couple of like municipal offices. So you go in, and on the first floor there is a young man. Looks like he's probably half elven. He's got blonde hair, and he's sort of rifling through some papers on a table.
Sir?
Good afternoon. We're here to see the mayor.
Who can I say is calling upon
You
her?
might know us as Vidas.
She wanted to see us.
The heroes of the mineshaft rescue.
What?
We
We saved a missing child.
We
from
found
kobolds.
Waldo.
Oh, the horse puncher.
Yes, the horse puncher.
If you could all come with me. He leads you up a staircase in the back. As you get to the top of the stairs, you sort of round a corner in a hallway, and he says, just wait here a moment. He goes around the corner, and he says,
Sorry, what's your name?
my name is Nyat.
Nyat, thank you. I saw comment cards in the lobby.
Wait, didn't you think those are for the staff to come?
No, I might be filling one out.
Not 3 out of 5 stars.
So he goes around the corner, and you sort of hear muffled like, they're here. Horse puncher. And then he rushes out of the room, and he says, you can go right in.
Great, thank you, Nyat. You've been wonderful. Go back to work now, thank you.
So he goes downstairs. Walking into the room, you see a woman sitting at a desk. She's working on a lot of papers. She's looking at a map as well. Looks like she's probably about 45 years old. She's in very good shape. She's very tan. She has black hair that's neatly braided down her back, pale gray eyes, and she's wearing a white shirt and like riding pants and riding boots.
I say, Madam Mayor, thank you ever so much for overlooking my friend's equine indiscretion here. We are glad that we've had the opportunity to serve your town in some small way.
And I do apologize for any indiscretions. I don't have anything against horses normally.
Don't! Just don't. Jellybean is fine, and I will appreciate it if you just don't mention it anymore.
Jellybean, your
Don't! Just don't.
I reach into my pouch and I put a sugar cube on the table. Peace offering.
I've already had my coffee, thank you.
Oh,
It was for the thing I'm not supposed to mention. I'm sorry.
Look, I wanted to speak with you because I understand that you have somewhat redeemed yourselves. I appreciate your help in locating Aldo's son,
you're welcome.
and I am glad that he is home safe. It would seem that the town is somewhat in your debt.
We
Therefore,
were happy to find him. We didn't want him lost.
do not appreciate being interrupted.
Apologies. Sugar cube.
Let us forget the unpleasantness from the other night
Yes.
and carry on clean slate.
We've already forgotten it.
Great.
I assume that Kesto has asked for your aid in the other matter.
The disappearances.
Yes.
Yes.
I have the list.
Excellent, excellent. You should read it carefully. Those names are very important.
I already have 5 times.
Once for each name. I like you.
Just to be clear, when you say that they're important, do you just mean in the general sense that all missing people are, or are these people of prominence in the community?
They're mostly just people who got into bar fights, but I care about all my constituents.
Of course. Naturally.
Voting season is upon us.
Oh, for votes. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Maybe I should do the talking, Aaeowyn.
Every life is sacred, and we should always make sure that we take care of them the best we can. Sugar cube.
great. Life is sacred, la-di-da. You said you wanted a specific meeting with us for a reason? We were told to come see you?
I wanted to thank you personally.
Oh,
Make sure that you were extended the offer of that particular job.
Which we were.
And now I want you to leave.
Well, you're very welcome.
We are very happy to have been able to assist. The Von Daemos Adventuring Syndicate is always on the lookout for chances to do good and protect the innocent.
Yes, that's great. You can go now.
Okay.
And as you turn around, she pushes the sugar cubes off the desk into a trash can.
And as the door closes, she hears, stupid name for a horse.
All right.
I give you a little high five for that one.
So you guys are free to roam about the town. What do you want to do?
I'm going to go to the Salted Plum and start checking things out.
Do you mind if we make a quick stop at the blacksmith's first?
I don't need anything at a blacksmith.
Right, I just think it would be good if we all started the investigation together in case trouble breaks out.
Oh, okay.
And I do need to check in with my temple and see if anything's come up.
Is there anything in town of interest to a magician? To an illusionist? I don't know what I do. I mean, I didn't lose anything. I have all my hit points. I don't need much.
Oh, that's a good point. Should we take a short rest? Or
We just leveled up.
does that heal us or whatever?
I mean, it doesn't heal you because in the effects of the narrative, it's like no time.
Right. Well, then I probably should heal up at some point. But I can probably just, if we take a short rest, I can use my hit die to do so.
I take time. So I've leveled up, and I have learned 2 new spells. Do I need to copy them into my spell book before I can use them?
Yes.
Okay,
You will need to do that.
Okay, so I take this time to sit in a nice shaded area in a park, and start. I've figured out 2 new spells, I guess, and have started copying them into a spell book.
Okay. So let's say you guys you sort of camp out in there's a park in the middle of the town square. So you camp out in a nice shaded area. There's a lovely bench to sit on. There's a little pond. It's very picturesque. So those of you that want to use a hit die to regain some health can do that. So we'll...
How long do we want to stay in the park? Sorry.
Short rest is 4 hours.
Yeah, so we're doing a short rest? Okay, so I just... Oh, but... So we're staying exactly 4 hours. Okay, then I
does a short
can't
rest
do
require us
my
to
trance.
be, like,
It doesn't have
in
to
the
be
same
a full
exact
4
spot,
hours.
as long as we're not, like...
You can't, like, walk around and go shopping and have it be a short rest.
Do we remember how long it takes for me to copy a spell?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. So, can we rest for however long it takes me to copy 2 spells plus 4 hours so that I can do my trance and recover 1 spell slot?
You can go do that, and while we're going to do our other stuff, you can copy and then go take a trance while
Sounds
we
good.
walk around.
Sounds good.
Sorry if you already explained this.
That's okay.
So we're not back up to full health.
Correct.
But like I was at 8 out of 14 and now I have 27 hit points. So is it 8 out of 27? Okay, cool.
Wait, it's not 27 minus whatever damage she's taken?
Nope.
Oh.
So you're
And I'm not up to full.
Yeah. If you'll all come with me, maybe we can get healed up at the temple. They might be a little more amenable to it.
I don't need healing. I came out of that quite unscathed. So I'll stay in the park.
I'd be happy to learn a bit more about your religion anyhow, Yarfik.
I know,
That is the first time you've ever said that to me.
What do you want to do, Olash?
I'm not against it. I'm just saying it's surprising to me that you'd want to.
I'm full of surprises. That's
What
Cassian
are you
Von
doing?
Daemos.
That
Aaeowyn?
sparkle in your eye when you talk.
Olash, I'm just staying here in the park. I'm going to take a short rest to recover 1 spell slot.
I'll just hang out with you.
Cool. So I'll be in a trance for a bit. Just make sure nobody steals anything from me, please.
Will do.
Great.
Well, I
Whatever
imagine
you
first
want.
you're going to watch her, like, write in her spell book.
Oh, yes. I write in my spellbook first the 2 spells that I'm learning, which are Silent Image and Illusory Script.
I'm like a little weirdly close.
Almost cupping her in your hands.
Just
No,
make it-
not like touching it all, just like a
Yeah,
very
just
short
hovering.
distance.
Cool. Cool. So where are you guys going first?
I guess the temple.
Let's go to the temple first.
So the temple is not too far off the beaten path. It's a relatively large building. It's made of marble. It's probably one of the few like fully stone buildings that you see around town. It is shock white, which is very sort of very noticeable against the background of the rest of the town, which is mostly like either red brick or wood. And it looks very clean. There are 2 small pools outside, both circular, right outside the main entrance. And also outside the main entrance is a man of about probably 30 years of age, completely bald, like no eyebrows either, wearing a white robe with like gold filigree on it.
I step up to the stairs to where he is. Is he doing something, or is he just standing there?
He is standing there. There's not much activity around at the moment, so he's just sort of idle.
Good father, I stand before thee and stand before the light to protect it from the dark. My name is Yarfik, and I have come seeking help.
I say, and I'm Cassian von Daemos. I too stand against the dark, and sometimes charge against it, wielding my sword.
Well, Yarfik and Cassian, may Agia's eyes look upon you with grace.
And with yours as well. We have just come back from the wild, finding a small child and helping them, but we are a little worse for wear, and we're wondering if we could beseech you to help us a bit in our time of need.
Absolutely. It sounds as if you were on quite the noble quest. You, of course, may come in. Please follow me.
Thank you.
And he leads you inside.
Very reverent in here. Very reverent.
So you go down through. What for all intents and purposes is a church, but you see that there are 4 large statues on either side, one for each of the gods. And he leads you off to an alcove just beyond the furthest statue on the left, which is a statue of Agia, who is the mother of all the gods and also the goddess of life. And he leads you into an alcove beyond, and he passes you off to a man named Brother Tamarin. And Brother Tamarin says, Yarfik, Cassian, please, if you would come with me. He leads you further into a room where there are some cots. There are probably like 10 cots or so. 5 of them are currently occupied by people who are sleeping. And he offers you each a cot.
Many thanks. It'll do good to get off of my weary feet. I kick back on the cot, hands behind my head, kind of super relaxed.
Before Brother Tamarin walks away, I say, Brother, how long has this temple been here?
This temple has been here for many, many years. It was one of the first buildings built in Stone's Throw.
Wow, that's amazing. Do I see anything, like, with the marble itself? Does it tell me anything, or if I do a history check with it?
Yeah,
with stone cutting? Of course, on this I do well.
While they're doing this, I finished copying my spells, and I've shut the book. I don't know what Olash does with that, but
25.
I've now entered my chance.
Do you do anything?
Just like take a nap.
Okay, cool. Just do you curl up like a kitty?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Cool. So 25 on your history check?
Yeah.
Yeah, so looking around, this marble is not from around here, which initially strikes you as very odd because you are in an area known for its quarries, and specifically for marble quarries as well. But this is definitely not local. This is from much farther north, which leads you to believe that this is probably even older than the brother is saying. He may not realize quite how old it is.
Wonderful. I'll take that in and kind of take it to myself and we'll say, Brother, thank you for the place to rest. Is there anyone here that can heal us a bit? We are a bit weary and have to go out on another adventure quite soon for the mayor.
He says, yes, absolutely. That's why I brought you in here. Please, lie down.
Thank you.
Let me heal your wounds.
Thank you. I lie down.
Okay. So he goes to Cassian first, and he lays one hand on your head and one hand on your stomach, and he says, by the grace of Agia, you shall be healed. And you feel just this sort of almost static electricity radiate around where he's touching you, and then this flash of radiant energy, and you feel good. You feel real good, and you're back up to full health.
Say, many thanks, Brother Tamarin. This is the best reception I've got since I've entered this town.
And then the
temple is lovely.
He stands up, and he puts his hands together and bows. And then he walks over to where you are, and he once again goes to his knees. He puts a hand on your forehead and a hand on your stomach, and he says, Yarfik, by the grace of Agia, you are healed. And you also feel that static electricity, that flash of radiant energy, and you are healed.
That's always my favorite part.
Picked the wrong activity.
I told you to come along.
I say, Yarfik, if you have no objections, I'd like to visit the armory. If you'd prefer to commune here with your co-religionists, I understand.
Co-religionists?
Yes, those who share your faith.
I would appreciate time to meditate and speak with the elders here. I have some questions I need to ask.
All right. Well, shall we meet at the Salted Plum with the others when they...
As soon as I can.
Several hours?
As soon as I can.
All right. I'm going to head to the weapon shop.
Okay, you can head out. You want to...
Just quickly, we don't have to do it now, but I just want to set it up. So, Brother Tamarind, who is the eldest father or brother here?
The eldest would be Father Rapskull.
Is he around or available to speak to at this point? I don't want to impose, but I have questions I need to ask.
More than likely, I can check. He is often in meditation at this time, but I can see if I can rouse him. And he asks you to stay where you are, and he goes off. About 10 minutes later, he comes back with a very old man in tow, wearing the same kind of robe, so also the white robe with gold filigree, also bald and no eyebrows, but very wrinkled, very weathered, walks with a hunch. And he's leading, Brother Tamarind is leading him in, by the hand. And he says, Elder Rapskull, this is Yarfik, the one I told you of. The elder sits on a cot across from you. He says,
So, this... No, just kidding.
I'm sorry, no, I'm monopolizing that.
He says, what can I do for you?
Brother Rapskull, I have had visions from Agia that I do not understand, and I need someone to interpret them for me. For they are not what is usually said of people that follow her in a specific way. And it troubles me.
Well, please, unburden yourself.
They only come to me when I am completely blackout drunk.
Are you sure it's a vision?
Agia has said so herself. I have heard her voice, and she has informed me that my path is not the same as those of the Order, and it has put me at odds with other people, and I don't know how best to continue.
Could you please be specific?
Yes, she
very cagey.
She has told me that in order to protect life, I may have to take it. Because it is more worthwhile to protect those that deserve protection than all life itself, and I am very torn by this. Because I sought Agia out to not be a violent person. I sought to save life, not to take it.
But Yarfik, remember, life itself is violent. You should not steer clear of it so. Life as we know it, Agia herself, her counter-god is Azam, the god of death. They are one and the same, merely two sides of the same coin.
But we don't serve him.
No, we respect all the gods, and
Why do
we
they
understand that one cannot exist without the other.
Word. You hear from a bed over in the other corner of the room.
It's very confusing.
He has sleep Tourette's.
It's a very serious condition. Maybe you should get back to him. I must think on this because this makes very little sense to me. Things are black and white in this life. They should be one way or another. They should not be so grey.
Well, I'd be happy to discuss it with you once you've wrapped your head around it.
I may have to go drink again.
Word.
Okay. Cool. So he leaves. Let's
I tarry by Agia's statue for a little while longer than I should, but yeah.
let's pick up with Cassian. You're going to do a little shopping.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily need to roleplay this whole thing out unless there's some kind of hurdle to me buying a shield and a longbow, because that's all I really want to do.
Okay, well, maybe I wrote some stuff.
I mean, all right, great. Let's fire it up. Let's fire it up. I stride into the shop with my usual purposeful stride, and I say, "Good evening, sirs. I'm in need of some assistance bashing up evil."
Okay, so there's no one there right now.
Except from the corner you hear, "Word!"
You walk into the shop, and you hear the sounds of an anvil being hit from the room beyond.
Tink.
He's still saying.
Tink.
Okay. I just look around real quick
Tink.
to see if anybody saw that, and then I follow the sound of the anvil.
Go off. Tink.
So you go into the other room.
Yeah.
So entering the room beyond, it is hot.
Tink.
Hot and humid. And in front of you, you see from behind, you see a dwarven man. He's got red hair in two braids down his back. He's wearing no shirt but a leather apron, and he is currently beating a piece of metal with a hammer on an anvil. Oh yeah, he is a hottie with a body.
Has he noticed my entrance?
He is not.
Okay, I attempt to sort of move into his line of sight and catch his attention.
So you move around him just as he's raised his hammer again, and he looks at you and goes, "Oh, hello."
Good afternoon. I hope I'm not disturbing you, but I'm in need of some arms and armor.
Oh, well, I'd be happy to help you out. What are you looking for?
Well, I need a good sturdy shield and a high-quality longbow if you've got one.
A shield, eh? Are you looking to have one made for you, or would a used one be up to snuff?
Can I just, out of game real quick, do I know, would that have a mechanical difference?
If you want to have one made for you, it'll take time.
Okay, but if I take a used one, it'll still give me the same AC? Okay. I say a used one is fine for the moment, although how much would it cost to commission a custom job?
Certainly be more expensive than than just taking what I've got now. Let's see. Just based on your size, I'd
feel
say.
like you'd want one with the VDAS embroidered and blazoned.
Like
Based on your size, let me make a bicep real quick. I just want to see.
Oh, yeah. Give him the guns.
and a nice grin,
This is,
my patented Cassian run Daemos.
I think it.
Winning smile.
Yeah, I could do a custom job for you. Probably be about 15 gold pieces.
Well, that's more than I have at the moment. So let's put a pin in that. That's a saying we have across the ocean where I'm from. Perhaps later when I'm a bit more flush, I'll return. But for now, how much would a used shield run me?
Well, let me go see what I've got first.
Thank you very much.
So he goes in back. He's there for a couple minutes. You hear some noises. You hear some. Oh, God damn it! Shit. As you can hear things clearly being knocked down, and then he comes back out with a piece of canvas and something clearly in it, and he says, "Well, I've got this one used one in now. It used to belong to a man named Kellogg. He was a caravan guard on the Ramble before he put down his blade and picked up a till. It's still in pretty good shape. It's good craftsmanship." And he opens it up. He says it's made of sturdy oak with an iron bevel. He was from up north. That's why it's got snowflakes all over it. That was sort of his symbol.
Oh, that's cute.
That's also why he had it painted white and blue. He's a very romantic man.
Get the shield.
I say yes. How much for this fine buckler?
Oh, I could part with this one for 5 gold pieces.
You've got yourself a deal. I'm sorry, what's your name? I'm Cassian.
Lutger. Derek Lutger.
Lutger, so you are the proprietor of this establishment.
Yes.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Lutger. You've got yourself a deal. I'll happily take this shield off your hands. Have you a longbow for sale as well?
A longbow? Yes, I believe I do. Let's just see what we've got here. This one needs a new string. Oh, this one is not in great shape. Let's see. Yes, I've got one right here. You'd be looking, they're not cheap. They're not common around here. You'd be looking about 25 gold pieces.
I say, well, I do have, I don't know if you take trade at all. I've got this sling and short sword that I could part with if you'd be able to knock anything off the cost.
Well, let me see.
I take out my looted weapons and show him.
The short sword, he sort of turns it over in his hands. He takes a couple of half-hearted swings with it, and he says, this one's decent. Certainly, could use a bit of cleaning up, that's for sure. But
yes, I didn't stumble upon it in the most benign of circumstances.
I can probably throw you 5 gold pieces for this one. The sling, this is like rot leather. It's not good. I don't think there's much I can do. I could throw it out for you.
I'll hang on to it for the moment. I don't think I'm going to have enough to afford a longbow. So I say, it seems the bow will be a bit outside of my price range for the moment. Have you a crossbow or a short bow or anything else at all less expensive?
I'm going to try to make my way to the blacksmith after I'm done.
I've got a crossbow. You're looking for like a small, like a hand crossbow?
I kind of forget the rules for hand crossbows real quick. Can I use a hand crossbow and a rapier? And, can I dual wield?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Pew, pew, pew.
A hand crossbow would actually serve my needs quite well.
Okay. I thought you might have been aware they're more expensive than a regular bow.
I see.
They've kind of got more moving parts.
Let's assume that price is the main factor here.
Well, you've got a sling.
I do. Is that there's nothing between longbow and sling that's on offer?
I've got a blowgun.
I appreciate that very much. I think I'll stick with what I've got for now. Just the shield for me today. Thanks.
I'm trying to get there as fast as I can.
Okay. Well, I'll. Did you want to sell that short sword anyway? I could take it off your hands. It's just weighing you down.
I don't have anything that deals slashing damage. I say, no, you know what? For the moment, I actually will retain my short sword, but thank you.
Don't we have 2 long swords?
We didn't grab.
Can't
Nobody
really
grabbed
use
them.
those. Cause
I grabbed one.
the thing is with longsword, it's strength-based, but I don't have good strength.
That's what I'm saying. You could
dexterity.
sell it.
But he doesn't have one.
I didn't take one of those. You took it. So if you want to hustle
I'm
up
hustling
and
my
sell
way
it
there.
Okay, but I don't know that, so.
I've woken up. I believe. Has it been 4 hours? Can we say it's been 4 hours?
Well, let's finish this.
Okay.
Yeah, I say, so for the moment I'm just going to take the shield. 5 gold for the shield is total fair trade in my opinion, so I'll do that.
He says, aye, that's fantastic. Let's just go out to the counter so we can do this. So he brings you out there. He places the shield still in sort of the burlap, or the canvas rather, just on the counter. Give him the money. And he says, let me tell you, you won't be disappointed. Kellogg, he had a name for this one. I know I didn't actually tell you this before, but you should know it.
I'd like to know the lore behind any and all of my...
So it's he painted it blue and white, right?
Yep,
and
yep.
it's of course it's got snowflakes on it.
I think I see where this is going, but continue.
He called it his frosted flake. So I just want you
I say, sounds good.
enjoy Kellogg's frosted flake.
Oh no!
No!
I'll recommend your establishment to all of my friends.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Well, as you know what, as long as I'm here, I would like to ask if you've heard anything, any rumors or anything at all about these unfortunate disappearances of late.
I wouldn't really know. I don't drink. I know that's all been at like taverns, but it's just not a place I go. I know that's kind of surprising and odd, but it's really just a stereotype.
Well, no, certainly hadn't made any assumptions. Who would I talk to if I wanted to know a lot about the bars in the area?
Probably the bartenders.
Okay, all right. I was just wondering if there's like a town drunk or someone that I should be consulting with.
No.
All right. Well, thanks again for the shield and for your extremely pleasant company, and a good day to you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Pleasure doing business with you.
All right. I've woken up from my trance. I've noticed there's nothing woven in my hair, and go,
I'm writing frosted flake on my character sheet.
Good. That's what it's
All right.
called.
And I get up and I say, Olash, think it's time to go to the Salted Plum. What do you say?
Whatever you want to do.
Great! And I start heading on over to the Salted Plum.
So you guys start traipsing over. It's like dusk now. So there are various other people that you see on the street because they're all getting out of work similarly. The Salted Plum, there are 3 taverns in town. There's the Errant Fiddle, which is like the high class one. That's the one that's well lit. It's got like upholstered seating. There's Mercy's Cups, which is more of like a house of burlesque.
Ooh.
And then there is the Salted Plum, which is like the low class dive where most of the rank and file go after work. So heading down there, you go in, and it is, it's a pretty average day in there. It's not quite full, but it's certainly got a lot of people in there at the moment. It's relatively low lit. There's a bard in the corner just sort of plucking away to loot.
Olash, look.
Do you think he wants to jam?
I don't know. You can ask.
I don't ask.
Continue, please, Sam.
What do you guys want to do?
Oh, that was it.
That was it. I go up to the bar and sit right, like pull up a chair, sit a stool at the bar, and try to get the attention of the bar person.
I'd like to join Aaeowyn at the bar and also scan the room to see if I notice anybody who looks surly or argumentative or like they're spoiling for a fight.
Well, you're on your way over.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
You haven't made it there yet. You're still at the temple?
I've made a donation and I'm heading over to the Solid Plum.
Okay.
As thank you for...
Okay, so you two are on your way. You two are there. You've pulled up a chair. What are you doing?
I am joining Aaeowyn.
Okay, so you're pulling up a chair next to him. Cool. So the bartender comes over. He's a big burly man, bald. He's got a black, well-waxed handlebar mustache.
Great.
And he comes over and he says, "Right then, what you want?"
And I say, "Hello, nice face hair. One drink, please. What happened at this bar? Why are people missing?"
Right. So, what do you want?
Yes. Okay, I'll say it again. You have a great mustache. I would like one beverage, whatever's going, and want to know what is happening in this. The people are missing from this bar. They're last seen here. Me and my group, we're looking for people who are missing, and I was told that this is a place where people are missing from. And my other group, they're joining me soon. So let's just lay it on me.
Says, right. So, a wine or an ale?
Sure. Yeah, great. An ale. A wine. A red wine.
He says, right. And he turns around. And he goes to, he grabs a bottle off the wall and he grabs a glass and he pours it. Puts the bottle back and he turns around and he puts the glass down in front of you and then he turns to you, Olash, and he says, "What do you want?"
I didn't even listen to it.
Ale, please.
He turns around, he grabs a mug, puts it under one of the kegs, opens the tap, fills it frothing to the top, puts it down in front of you, and says, "Right, that'll be 1 gold."
Okay,
I've got this.
Oh, thanks. Thanks very much. So, sir? Hi, I don't know if you heard me. We are trying to figure out what happened to some ruffians, some men who are... Olash, hand me that list. Thank you. To Milton Whittigan, Francis Kiddlewallow, and Jeffrey Wrestle.
How loud are you saying this?
Who may have... Pretty loud. Because I don't think he's heard me these past few times. Who may have gone missing from this pub.
As you're saying that, you feel like a hand on your shoulder.
Yes.
Not like hard or forceful, but just more like tapping your shoulder, trying to get your attention.
Okay, 1 second, Olash. I'm looking for these people, and I know you work here, and I was hoping you could tell me maybe any information about them.
The hand persistently is tapping you, and it says, "Excuse me,
Yes, oh.
excuse me."
Oh, hello.
And there is a young woman standing there. She's not much older than 25. She's got short, dirty blonde hair. She's wearing a brown frock, dressed very plainly. And she says, "Excuse me, did you just say Kiddlewallow?"
Yes, I did. Very good.
This town is going to be taking up torches and pitchforks. I mean, it's just by the time
Between the two of us.
As you say that, a tear falls down her cheek, and she says,
Oh, sorry.
Are you looking for my husband?"
Is your husband is Kiddlewallow? Yes, we are. Yes.
"My name is Vera Kiddlewallow. My husband is Francis. He used to come here every night after work at the mill. A week ago he came here and then he didn't come home."
And you're here to look for him?
"Well, Midge Haynes says her son Tilford saw him get into a row, which he won."
Oh, I didn't understand a word of that. I'm sorry, could you say that again?
"My friend, Midge Haynes,
Midge Haynes.
her son Tilford saw Francis get into a fight, and he won the fight.
And he won the fight, and then nothing?
And that was the last anyone seems to know."
Okay,
I offer her a hug.
She recoils.
I
down my ale.
I say, do you know we might be able to find Midge or her son?
Tilford's right over there.
Tilford is which one? Oh,
He's right over there. He's the one in the green cap.
Oh, the green cap. Thank you very much. I hope I find your husband alive.
She just starts crying.
Tears of gratitude.
The bartender comes over and puts an arm around her.
Okay.
And he says, "What do you want?"
I guess, how close are they to the bar now? They better be close, because this isn't going
They're
well.
walking in the door now.
They're walking in the door now.
Yeah, they like saw each other outside, met up, and came in.
As I'm walking over to Tilford.
We did the secret handshake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say, Aaeowyn, hello. You beat us here.
Yes, I did. I've made some good progress.
You have?
Yes.
How goes it, Olash?
I don't want to talk about it.
Do you want a Yarfik hug?
Someone didn't give her a hug.
Oh, no. They don't mean anything by it, Olash.
I accept a hug from Yarfik.
People
barely
around
get
here
my
just
arms
aren't
around
used to seeing anyone as large and strong as you.
Or quite as smart.
So I
They're
filled him
just
in.
intimidated by my fame.
Probably. That's probably it.
Yes.
You know how people hate to hug rock stars.
Yes. So what did you find out, Aaeowyn?
So I talked to the thick-headed bartender and got nothing.
He's standing right there.
He's still hugging her.
Great. And then I talked to the woman he's hugging. That's the wife of Francis Kittlewallow. She said that her friend's son, Tongleton...
I know
Is that another one of your magic words?
I don't know. I don't remember
I
his
wrote
name.
it down, but I can't. It's
I don't know what his name is. But he's sitting over there. It starts with a T. He's in the green cap. He knows a little more about what happened to Francis. He apparently got in a fight, and then disappeared shortly afterwards.
I'm gonna go over to Mrs. Kittlewallow and introduce myself. Is it Kittlewallow?
Kittlewallow.
Kittlewallow. Mrs. Kittlewallow. My name is Yarfik, and I promise you we are going to do everything we can to find your husband.
Okay.
Alive.
While Yarfik's doing that, I'm gonna head up to the bar, and as soon as I can get the bartender's attention.
He's right next to where I am.
Well, yeah, but I don't necessarily know that right away. I don't necessarily know that's the bartender, right? Or did anyone point?
He just said that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
she.
Well, I signal to the bartender and ask for 2 ales, and I'm gonna take them over to the table that Aaeowyn pointed out where the person.
Bartender pours you 2 ales. You throw him a gold.
Wait, it's a gold piece of beer?
For 2.
Too.
Oh, okay.
I give you a gold for it. I'll pay for it.
Money is no option. My dear.
I know you too well. Fink. I put the gold down on there. I put a second gold. I put 2 more gold down for the bartender and said, "Keep them coming."
I said, well, next round's on me.
No, I've already bought 2 more. Fine.
Next night.
The 4th
of
round
drinking
is on you.
Whatever.
And I'll have a side conversation with Kittlewallow, just getting more information.
So yeah, I'm gonna take the glasses over to that other table.
Let's do.
It doesn't need to be. I just want to get what he got out of her, basically.
Okay, you're
rehashing
retraining.
I'm rehashing
Cool.
and just reassuring her.
So you're going over to speak to the gentleman in the green cap.
Yes. How does he? As I approach him, what does his demeanor seem like? What kind of mood does he seem like he's in?
Pretty flat. He's fine. He looks like a guy who's just kind of tired. He's sitting alone at a table that would seat 4. Just with an ale that looks like it's about half drunk, just sort of like staring into the middle distance.
I swagger up to the table and set one of the ales down beside him, and I say, "Good evening, friend. You seemed like someone who might who could use a bit of extra libation. Not to mention some company. My name's Cassian von Daemos.
Who's this then?
Cassian von Daemos, hero, adventurer, swordsman."
Digger extraordinaire.
Expert tunneler, songsmith, jack of all trades, really.
Well, it's a lot of titles.
I tend to gather them as I go along. Most recently, I was employed as a locator of missing persons. Recovered Aldo, the farmer's son, from some. Rescued him from some kobold bandits. It was nothing, really.
Look, I'll stop you right there. I'm not interested.
Okay, well, I say,
Look, I get it. You're fluffing your feathers up real big, and you're making yourself seem real cool, and I get it, and it's fine. I'm not saying you're not a good-looking man. I'm just not interested.
I think you've misconstrued what I'm here for. It's not romance that I'm after, but just a little bit of information about a certain scuffle that I hear you've witnessed.
What?
I heard that you saw the fight that Francis Kittlewalla was engaged in not too long ago.
Oh,
Here,
right.
this
Yeah,
place.
it was like a week ago.
A week ago? Was it so soon? I would be extremely grateful for anything you could tell me about that. The mayor has asked myself and my associates to, make sure that we've done everything we can to look into the incident.
Isn't your friend lost?
Did you come over, or are you yelling that from the bar?
I've come over. Oh, I walked. I was already kind of walking. I was like planning on doing this, and then Cassian was like, "I got it." So I was like, I wanted to be there.
I turned to Aaeowyn and I said, if you wouldn't mind just letting me handle this.
This is ridiculous.
You're not always aware of how you come across to people, Aaeowyn.
Okay, continue then.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you the same thing I told the guards. It was, he was here like he always was, and some bloke popped into him, knocked his beer over, and he got mad. He threw a punch. What?
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, he threw a punch. They tussled. He won.
And
everyone drank to his honor.
It happened here in this bar. And did he go anywhere afterwards?
I don't know. I'm not his mother.
Oh wow!
Do you know the gentleman he was fighting?
Oh yeah, it was Randy.
Randy. I'm sorry, I'm not from around here. Randy who?
It's just Randy.
Just Randy.
Just Randy.
What does Randy do? What does he?
He mostly loses fights.
He's often in bars fighting and carousing. Do you know how he affords his drinking money?
Oh yeah, he's got a job. He's a farmhand.
Is he here right now?
He perks his head up and he looks around. He goes, yeah, he's right over there. He's the one slumped over in a corner.
Okay.
Great. I start walking over to Randy.
Okay. Well, anyone does that, I just ask real quick. I'm sorry. Whose farm does he work at?
Oh, he's oh god, whose farm is he at over now? I think he helps out at Fizzweave's place.
Fizzweave, did you say?
Yeah.
So you don't remember anything in particular except that everyone, I assume, bought Francis drinks as the victor and celebrated him.
Yeah, everyone drank to his honor. Some bloke bought a round for the bar.
Not the same bloke he was fighting, I assume.
No, he was out cold.
Do you recall who it was that bought the round for the bar?
I don't know, some guy in a hood.
Some guy in a hood. What color?
What color was the hood?
Yeah, that's his clothing.
It was black.
Black hood, okay.
I did think it was weird he didn't take it off, but I just figured he was probably fuck ugly and he knew it.
Okay. Do you happen to recall if he stuck around much after that?
I don't know. I had a lot to drink that night too.
Understandable. My friends and I actually just found ourselves in the drunk tank after my diminutive friend tried to pick a fight with a horse.
You look over.
Wait a minute!
I look over, and I've got 2 tankards of ale down them together.
That one over there.
you know Horse Puncher?
Oh yes, Horse Puncher's a good friend of mine. Saved me from death more than once.
Can I meet him?
Yes, come on over. I steer him over to Yarfik and I say, Yarfik, your reputation once again precedes you. This young man here is in great awe of you.
Yeah, wonderful. I'm having a good time here, sir. It's a pleasure to meet a local who appreciates good work.
Oh, Dad, you are a true hero.
I'm a
Can
hero.
I buy you a pint? That uppity horse had it coming.
Young man, every being has its place in this world, but I will never turn down a pint for doing what's right.
Some beings' place is at the end of a fist, you know what I mean?
Only if they deserve it.
That's the end of that. You had something you wanted to say.
Yeah, I'm still just like sitting at the bar, right?
Unless you want to do something else?
Watching me double fist.
Is there anyone in the bar that like looks like kind of drunk and maybe kind of like rough and tumbly?
Except for Yarfik.
Aside from Yarfik?
Roll a perception check.
7.
Looking around, you're not really seeing anybody that looks like they've been here long enough to be that drunk.
Okay.
People are still pouring in, but everyone looks like they're pretty well about their faculties.
Okay.
I'm at this point. I've walked up to Randy and I'm real close to. Is he awake?
No.
No. Okay, so I'm real close to his face, poking it Try and get him awake.
I'm gonna try to see where Aaeowyn is.
As you're poking him, he sort of just goes like,
Oh. Okay. Hello, Randy?
4 minutes.
Oh, okay. Randy, do you know, man, what happened to... Oh, never mind. He's drunk. Do you know... Oh, goodness. You are drunk, sir. I want to know what happened to the man you fought on Atom the 21st.
His eyes sort of shoot open and he looks up.
You're kind of pretty.
Oh, wow. Goodness me. Randy, no. I want to... I'm not... I need to know what... I cast... oh, no, that takes time. Never mind. I was going to cast Disguise Self to make myself really ugly. But I don't want to waste a spell slot. I feel like I realize I'm not going to get anywhere with this dude. So I'm going to head on back over to Cassian.
You could get somewhere with this dude.
I don't want to get there. So I head on back over to Cassian.
I say, I actually hunker down next to Aaeowyn and I whisper to her, I've got an idea. I have a feeling that if we keep the beer flowing and talk up Yarfik's deeds, someone in this bar is going to want to fight the horse puncher. And hopefully we can just... see what happens.
A trap?
Yes, exactly, a trap.
Very good. A trap that I'm not a victim of.
You see, if you curl your fist just the right way, and you turn it, see, a horse's face is very long.
So-
very long.
I'm gonna go around to various people in the bar and just start sort of talking about Yarfik's horse fight and his adventures with the kobold doctor and how
I'm going to very awkwardly go to tables and be like, Horse Puncher? Horse Puncher's here. The next table, very conspicuously.
A lot of people come up to you and buy you pints.
This is my lucky day.
I'm just watching and seeing if anybody in a black hood is anywhere in the crowd.
I'm regaling them with the tale of fighting the horse, and I'm exaggerating more and more each time it happens.
I keep on spreading the word.
Spreading horse puncher.
Spreading the good word that Horse Puncher is in this bar. I go out right outside and say, can't believe Horse Puncher's here. And then go back inside.
Are there any big tough dudes there who look like they scrap a lot?
There are some. Most of them are they look pretty in awe.
I head back over to Randy and I say, sorry, Randy, I would, but Horse Puncher over there says you've got a little one, so...
He looks up at you and he just sort of frowns and he goes, how do you know?
Oh man. I thought that would work.
I'm gonna just start sort of yelling to the crowd, exaggerating my level of drunkenness and saying, Horse Puncher's the toughest dwarf in 6 kingdoms. He could lay any man here on his back with one hand tied behind his back.
Cassian, I wouldn't do that if I didn't have to. You don't have to put me up that bad.
I said, no, don't be modest, Yarfik. You took that horse down, you took down those filthy kobolds.
It's not modesty. I'm just trying to be a good person. I don't like to get into fights when I don't have to.
I lean over and whisper in his ear, look, if you get in a fight here, we might be able to trap whoever's been causing the disappearances.
And I grab him by the ear and I go, I know, I'm trying to play the devil's advocate so you go farther, damn it.
Oh, all right.
I couldn't hit anyone here at all. They're not worth my time. I fight horses.
What did you say about sheep herders?
I said they are lovely people who work the fields with their hands, and God bless them that their kobolds don't come for their sheep.
I say, that doesn't sound right. Why, just the other night you were singing me a bawdy song about a farmer who fell in love with his sheep.
That's a little further down the pike than I'd like to go there, Cassian. I don't remember.
I distinctly remember you saying that all farmers are sheep shaggers.
I really don't
In the middle of this argument, from around the door of the establishment, you just hear a very loud, "Hey!"
Excuse me, we're having a bit of a row here.
And the rest of the place, all the sound drops out.
And we're still yelling, though.
The bard over in the corner stops playing. All the other eyes are on whoever that person is. You guys are the only ones.
Horse Puncher's here. Oh.
There's a very a very muscular man who's just walked in. He's swaying a little bit, so clearly he pre-gamed to come to the pub. And he said, "Hey," and his arm is outstretched, and it's pointing at Olash.
Oh boy.
Thank you for listening. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at IWVTcast, and you can check out the other great podcasts from Puma Knife at teampumaknife.com. If you liked what you heard, please review us on Apple Podcasts, because that's apparently what it's called now, or wherever you heard us. We don't want to be your best kept secret. We want to be your worst kept secret. So blab, blab, blab. Our theme music is Overworld by Kevin MacLeod. You can check out all of his work at incompetech.com. Tune in next time as the group tries to start a bar fight and puts on a show. We'll see you on the next episode of Improvised Weapons. This has been a Puma Knife production.